We have general form. Look, if you get a question that has it written in general form where it's ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, first thing you do before you do anything is rewrite in mx plus b form. Rewrite the equation in y equals mx plus b. Because this doesn't really give you any information. All right? Your slope is not a. All right? Your y-intercept is not c. All right? So that's the first thing you do. If you have it in slope y-intercept, y is equal to mx plus b, you can sketch it right off that. And if you have it like this, the point slope equation, you can also sketch it right off that. Okay? But if it's in standard form, rewrite it. For any question I give you, if it's in standard form, rewrite it. So here are our questions. Sketch these graphs. Let's just zoom in. We can just do one at a time. 2x plus 4. What form is that in? Which does that look like of these three equations here? Mx plus b. It's this form. So what is my slope? 2. Or I'm going to write 2 over 1 just because you want rise and run. What does 4 represent? Y-intercept. So b is equal to 4. So how do you sketch the graph? What's the first thing you mark? You mark the y-intercept. Okay. Shh. Now, what do I do from there? Rise over run. What's my rise? 2. And my run is? 1, 2, 1. You don't have to plot any more points because it's a linear line. So you can just draw a line. But if you want to plot points, you can just keep going up. Up 2 over 1. Up 2 over 1. And you'll see the line. That's all you need to do. All right. Next one. What form is it in? It's in point slope. It's this one. So, what is my slope of this equation? 2. What is the point it passes through? -1 and 2. -1 and 2. Right? Because this is your x1 and this is your y1. So, mark the point. -1 and 2. And then, use your slope. Rise over run. Up 2 over 1. Up 2 over 1. And there's your line. All right. Last one. What form is it in? At standard form because it's set equal to 0. So what do you have to do? Rewrite it as y is equal to mx plus b form. That's your very first thing. So just move the y over. That's the easiest way to do it. Because now you know your slope and your y-intercept. They are all the same. Up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. Those are all the same equation, just written 3 different ways. Okay? So if it's in y is equal to mx plus b form, just sketch the graph. If it's in point slope form, You can sketch the graph off of that if you can pull out the point and the slope. If it's in standard form, rewrite it every single time. Okay? Can I flip the page? All right, last bit here. Match each of these lines to the equation. So, the equation 1, this equation right here, what's wrong with it? What do I need to do? Move the y to the other side because it's in standard form. Okay. So, 2x plus 3 is equal to y. All right. Now, looking at the graphs. Guys. 2x plus 3 is equal to y, sorry. Looking at the 4 graphs, which ones have a positive slope? So you're saying this one? Graph B and D have positive slopes, right? Does this equation have a positive or a negative slope? It's got a positive slope of 2, right? So you know it has to be one of these two graphs. What's the y-intercept of this graph? Positive 3. So is it this graph or is it this graph? Hang on. Is it D or B? Why? Why is it D? The rise over the run. So if we check it, our slope is 2. They both have y-intercepts of 3. But the slope of graph B is up 1, 2, and over 1, 2, 3, 3 and a bit, or whatever, right? This one has a rise of 2, 1, 2, and over 1. So this one has a slope that is equal to 2 and a y-intercept that is equal to 3. So it has to be that one. I was right number 1 beside it. Let's do equation 2. Do I have to do anything to the equation? Do I have to rewrite that in any way? Because it's in mx plus b form. Right? So what's my slope of this line? -2, and the y-intercept is 3. So you know it's going to be A or C because those are negative slopes. Does one of them have a y-intercept that is positive 3? A. And the y-intercept of C is like -3, so that doesn't work. So this is equation number 2. It has to be that one. Equation 3, what form is it in? Point slope. What's the point it goes through? So it goes through -4, -1. And the slope is negative, so you know it's going to be this graph, but we'll just test it anyway. -4, -1 is right there. And it has a slope of -1 over 2, which means you go down 1 and over 2, and it hit the line. So this is number 3. Which means equation 4 is going to be, it's going to be B, but let's check it anyways. What form is it in? General. So I need to get rid of the x and the 6. So if I move them over, they become positive. Then divide them off by 2. So I get y is equal to 1/2 x plus 3. Does that fit D? Does it have a y-intercept of 3? does. Does it have a slope of up 1 over 2? Up 1, 1, 2. If they drew the line better, it would. Okay, so this is number 4. There's only one more thing to do. We're going to do that tomorrow. Your test is on Thursday.